All right, welcome to a rare late night video. So let's take a look at where I was last.
All right, welcome back.
One thing I said in the last video was that I was working on automating my dishwasher, or sorry, my not my dishwasher. My dishwasher actually would probably work, but I was working on automating my washing machine for laundry. And I just don't think that's a good idea because the way I would have to do it is to uh, have the power be as if I were constantly taking the plug of the washing machine and unplugging it and replugging it in while it's running. And I just don't think that's a good idea. I think it might damage the washing machine. Um, So I'm as much as I'd like to do that, I don't want to damage the washing machine. I just think that's a recipe for disaster. The dishwasher is a lot more primitive, so I might be able to do it with the dishwasher, but the washing machine, I think this is just too. It's just too. It like it relies on having steady, stable power to it, so there's too much that could go wrong, I think. If you're just constantly yanking and replugging in the power to it while it's running, I just think you're going to end up damaging the washing machine. Um, so yeah, I'm not going to do that. That's just a recipe for disaster. I don't want to be out the washing machine. I don't want to be on. I'm renting, so I don't want to be on the hook for replacing it or whatever. Um, don't want to like yeah, so don't want to raise alarms or red flags about myself as a renter. Uh, so yeah, I'm gonna move on from that. Um, so let's see where we were. Okay, so this is where we were. We were setting up a home thermostat, a smart thermostat. I think this could still work, especially if I find something at like Goodwill that's like $30, $50. I haven't made it all out to Goodwill yet. But I mean, if I just buy this Star, then I just basically have it once. I can have it for like 10 years or so, and it can always. So this would be a purchase that probably does make a lot of sense. Um, but it is going to be $100 at least, if not more like $200. So a home thermostat like that is one of those things where you can pay as much as as you want. I guarantee you, there's a home thermostat that you could pay $1,000 for. So I'd like to keep it under 100 ideally, but that would mean going and um, buying old ones. Maybe on eBay they have a Wi-Fi home. Uh, Maybe they have a Wi-Fi thermostat on eBay. It's like here's one for $50. Here's a Honeywell for $30. This is probably a good one. Um, let's see if they have a Venstar. because I think the make and manufacturer does matter a lot. You could end up buying one that isn't that doesn't have everything you need. So here's a good one for, I mean, $25 for a Wi-Fi Venstar T3700. That looks good to me. Um, so let's see what he's using. So he's using a Venstar for sure. His is quite a bit different though. It has an LCD screen, so you can see the one he's using. We see we have the Brooklyn Bridge. We have 78 degrees. So we saw that one on Amazon. So here we go, Venstar thermostat. Yeah, so it'd be like a T8850 or like a T7850 with the touchscreens. Probably more like, it's probably this one actually, because we can see it has Venstar prominently displayed at the bottom there. So that's bad news because that one is $235, which I mean, like for a one-time purchase that you can use anywhere you go. Not not bad, but not good. So I like this one, a 3700. It's just a very old one. It doesn't have a touch screen. Oh, it looks like you might need a Wi-Fi module to be installed. Not sure how you can install that. Here's a WentGuard. This one looks pretty good. This one's even less expensive. Alright, but anyways, moving on from that, I might give that a shot if I am in a thrift store and I see a Wi-Fi ready thermostat that's under $50, well under $50, 20 or 30. So let's skip the Venstar until I get one. So then the next one would be a home surveillance camera system with alerts. So this is kind of a cool one, but I kind of don't really have anything to monitor. I already get alerts. Like when I have a package delivered, they send a notification, so I kind of don't really need an alert. If I have something delivered, they'll send a notification. So I don't need, like there's kind of nothing security, I'm kind of in a gated community, so security's kind of taken care of. Like there's nothing really for me to monitor with the camera, and then not only that, I'm like right next to a pool, so like I don't want anyone to think like that I'm like creepily filming like women using the pool. So like I think I might skip this as well because I just kind of have nothing to film. Like it might be cool to do like time lapse photography on plants. I would like to do that, but like for security, like I'm security's kind of baked into my community to an extent, my apartment complex to an extent. Um, if I had my own home, like in a neighborhood, I would definitely want to set these up. But the other thing is, this is another thing where he wants you to get a Hikvision camera. Oh, you know what? These aren't that expensive. Oh, that's not bad at all. Although I'm not sure what kind he wants you to get because we can see the price difference is quite a bit, and this is one of those other things. One of those things I think where you can pay is if you want to pay $10,000 for this, you probably can. So you can pay as much as you would like. But the one he wants, so he's saying you should use a Hikvision camera. Okay, so you should. So he's saying, oh, this is great. So $150 for 8 of them. So that there you go. You've got a business, you got a home. Um, that's a good price for these for sure. And if you just want one or two, $30, $40, pretty good. This is probably another thing where you can find it at the like a Goodwill or whatever. This would be a good pickup. Um, and then like liquidation sales, I'm not sure what that is. Um, but yeah, that's so now if you want the best quality out there, he's saying Axis. Yeah, and you don't have to worry about um, yeah. So because we're going through PFSense, you can make this really secure. So, well, anyways, let's skip this because I feel like there's kind of no place for me to put these, and I just kind of don't have. It's gonna be an extra purchase as well, and there's kind of no reason for me to buy this in my gated community that has some kind of security built in. But this is pretty cool because you can get alerts. So like if you're out in the country, this is a cool one because you can see if any like bears are coming up to you or any wild animals are out there that might be good. Especially like raccoons. Raccoons get everywhere. You could maybe track them and then set out an alarm to scare them off. But yeah, and then really important if you're in, I know yeah, some areas will have, especially if you have like a wife or daughters, and you know, you wanna, if you're not in like a gated community or whatever, you should probably put a camera up on the, like a shot of like the windows in case anyone's standing out in front of the window. Um, so it's not just paranoia; it can be quite necessary depending on where you live. All right, so we got Home Assistant. The other thing that could be really useful that I actually might consider this. You can film like your home workouts. You can film like your practice sessions. Just have like a record of what you do in your own house. Like that can be pretty useful. Um, because you can just tell like how much time are you spending in your study, how much time are you spending in the kitchen. You know, if you're having weight issues and you're spending most of your time in the kitchen, or like if you're not spending enough time in your kitchen, like you're just ordering out all the time, you like hardly spend a minute a week in your kitchen, you know, that could be a problem too. So I don't know. I'll have to think about that. The thing is, it's not free. You have to buy the cameras. Um, you also might have to buy like a home assistant device of some kind that like kind of like an Alexa sort of thing. But I don't know. I think the real like money part, the part that really like matters to me is this next part, replacing Google Drive, Photos, Docs, Sheets, and Keep. Um, that isn't going to cost anything. It's going to expand the um, the amount of storage I have. And then the other thing is like my Google Drive is so far out of control. There's so many files in there from years and years ago that not only am I out of space, like I just want to start fresh and actually have files in there that really matter. So next up, we'll be setting up a complete app suite. So those of you used to iCloud for photos, Google Docs for online docs, backup, etc., don't feel like you're making big sacrifices. The programs we'll be installing are as follows. Image to replace Google Photos slash iCloud Photos. OnlyOffice to replace Google Docs and Google Sheets. So this is exciting. OnlyOffice. Hopefully we can get like uh, DocX files, PDF files. Excited about this. So yeah, so we can read and edit PDFs. So we should get more functionality in this as well. Turn textbooks into ebooks. That's a good one. Yeah, we should get a lot more functionality. A lot of like Google Docs and Google Sheets really are quite restrictive. Then we're going to use SyncThing to replace iCloud and Google Drive. We're going to use Samba to allow easy access in any file explorer in any operating system to users connected via VPN. We're going to use SoundCloud Notes for a Google Keep-like notes system. So step one will be making a new virtual machine. We are going to create a second Ubuntu server virtual machine for our next task, setting up image only office, and sync thing. These instructions are virtually identical to the instructions for installing a virtual machine from MailCow. What makes this virtual machine installation different from MailCow's VM installation? We want more RAM and power for this instance because Image is going to transcode videos we upload to video proxies. Image is going to run machine learning tasks on your photos locally. Image is going to create thumbnails of our photos. Note, what is a video proxy? Video proxies and photo thumbnails are smaller, more compressed versions of the original video or picture that allow you to load them quickly, even when your internet connection is slow. Alright, so we gotta go to the tried and true place there. So let's open a new tab and go to Bash. Hopefully it's saved in the history. Yep, so now we need to go to .2. Oh, actually we don't need to go to .2, we need to run this command. Okay, so yeah, we do need to go to .2 because we need to enable that. Okay, so now it should be saved in the history here. Yep, so we need this command. Uh, oh, did I add an extra? Yeah, so it's going to be 136. Oh, we need sudo. Oh, wait. Oh, we have to do start X first. There we go. And then we need another shell up. Okay, so now we're going to do that command that we tried to do before. Command 136. Uh, oh, the start X. Okay, start X didn't work. Huh. Oh, I have to do a sudo start X. And my keyboard stopped working, which it does, which is super annoying. Alright, well I can issue sudo without using my keyboard. Oh, the terminal itself is frozen. I can't do anything in it. Yeah, I can't do anything. Alright, well, I guess I don't know what to do if I can't do anything. I guess I'll do nothing. Yeah, nothing works. My keyboard doesn't work. Does it work in this one? Yeah, it works in this terminal. It's just that terminal where it doesn't work. Okay, well, let's abandon this terminal then. That's the easy answer. Okay, so sudo start X. There we go. Now it works since I have sudo in there. Okay, so next we're going to run that command. Okay, so now we've got VNC running, so now we can get into the GUI. Okay, so here's the command for VNC viewer. So enter in this command. There we go, and now we get an actual password prompt. And now we're into the GUI. So now we need to go applications, system, virtual machine, and now we can follow the guide. Okay, so the guide is ready here. So let's see. Okay, so we're going to create a second Ubuntu server virtual machine for our next task, setting up image only office and sync thing. These instructions are virtually identical. I think we read that already. Uh, so what makes this virtual machine installation different from Milkhouse VM? We want more RAM and CPU power for this instance because image is going to transcode videos. We upload to video proxies. Image is going to run machine learning tasks on your videos locally. Image is going to create thumbnails of our photos. So note, what is a video proxy? Video proxies and photo thumbnails are smaller, more compressed versions of the original video or picture that allow you to upload them quickly even when your internet connection is slow. So, alright, so we've got a screenshot here to follow. Makes it easy. So we do File, Add New Virtual Machine. Okay, don't need this tab anymore, or this one. Um, File, Add New Virtual Machine. Then we've got another set of screenshots to follow. Okay, so we're gonna go with so it's a little different, but not so. Oh, you know what? It's exactly the same. So there we go. We'll go to forward. Then we're going to browse. And then going to select uh, I guess we gotta. Wait, I'm confused. So select browse. Choose the ISO file you prepared earlier. Then click forward. Um, oh, you know what? I think I deleted that file. This is where that's coming back to bite me. But I should be able to go to browse local and perhaps find it there. Should be under downloads, possibly. Ah, so I don't have downloads. So okay. Well, this is where it all comes back to bite me a bit. Yeah, so I should have that on my system somewhere. I don't think I can just use this QCal. All right, well, let's try to get a terminal opened up. So terminal emulator, nothing there. We could just use the what I have open here. That'll make it easier. Okay, so now let's do let's do an ls on. We have to do a sudo, I think. So sudo ls on var lib vert images. See what we got in there. Okay, so we don't have the ISO in there anymore. So let's get that. I got fast internet, so not a big deal. Should download in under a minute. All right, so oh, well, I downloaded there. Let's rename it. So we're gonna do MB. We're gonna rename it to Ubuntu server ISO. There we go. And we'll move it to var libvirt images. Use sudo to move it there. Var libvirt images. Okay, so now we've got this looking more normal here, matching the guide. So let's go back to VNC viewer, refresh. There we go. And now we have ISO, Mine's a little bigger, but it's it's probably a new version, so yeah, this should be good. Yeah, this is fine. I mean, we changed the name, but that should be fine. Choose volume. All right. So choose operating system version. Virtual Machine Manager may automatically detect the OS. Um, in our case, it looks like it did. If not, search for Ubuntu and choose what is closest to your version. When in doubt, generic Linux 2022 works. So it looks like it automatically selected it, so I'll hit forward. Alright, so now this is a key screenshot because we want to give it more than just the default. So we want to give it 8192. Uh, okay, perfect, 8192, and then we're going to give it 11 cores. So make this more powerful than we made Melcow for machine learning, thumbnail creation, and video transcoding within image. Alright, next screenshot. So configure memory and CPU, allocate the resources for your VM. Um, okay, so we might need to use some calculations here. We want at least 75% of your. Okay, so let's work with ChatGPT and let's set those. Let's set it up properly. I'm gonna go back and we'll do this. So put this in here, and we're gonna say, tell me the commands to run on Ubuntu server so that I can see what my machine's RAM and CPU cores are, and I can do the math to make sure that I'm allocating at least 75% of that to a virtual machine I'm creating. Alright, so let's see the total RAM we've got. So we're going to do free-h, and we'll just feed it to and have it do the math for us. Oops, and my mouse stopped working again. Okay, now it's working. So now we're gonna run this. Okay. Good, and we'll say good. Here is the output. Do the math for me, please. Okay, so RAM we've got 39 gigs. So we're gonna actually add. Okay, so let's have it. Okay, so tell me the values to enter here. Okay, so whoa, look at that. That's crazy. This is a powerful machine. I got for free from a neighbor. Thanks. Scored me a solid. Okay, and then so we're gonna set this to 29696. Wow, look at that. Hey, I'll take it. That's amazing. I got this machine for free. It's a beast. All right, so next is going to be configure storage. Select create a disk. Got it. I would make this as large as you imagine your entire smartphone backup to be, plus extra for padding. What is the size of all your photos, videos, and files on your computer? That's the size to choose here. When I say videos, I do not mean things you want to watch at home on your TV. We will have another setup for that. I mean your personal photo items, videos recorded on your phone. I mean, I can see, I can look up what it is currently. Um, so I have to go to Google Photos, or just I'll go to my camera app, and then yeah, go to Photos here. Uh, Backup is off. It's forcing me to. It's forcing me to turn on backup. Oh, okay, there we go. So my storage is 82% full. So let's figure that out using ChatGPT. If my storage is 82% full for Google Photos and I have just a free account, how much storage am I using? Okay, so at least so you get 15 gigs free. Um, and then it looks like I'm running out of space quite a bit. So the default allocation is 25, and it looks like I get about 900. So I want to let's set this to 500. Like this is just my photos. Like I guarantee you, my files and videos are bigger. Um, let's set this. Let's set this to 500. Like it's liberating too. Like that's such a liberating number for me. There you go, 500. Like that's what this is all about. Like I'm not gonna. I have so much space now for everything. Heck yeah, 500. Why not? Let's ask. I am curious if that is a practical number. So let's ask ChatGPT. Feed it the screenshot. We'll say, Is 500 a good storage size, or do you think it's too large? I mean, the thing is, we gotta leave room for our this is just the stuff on my phone. This isn't like movies or whatever. So we gotta we gotta leave room for movies. Let's just do 200 because I feel I'm going from like 15. Uh, so we gotta leave room for other stuff. I think 200 is going to be such a dramatic upgrade from 15. And again, 15 was just for photos. But how can I? Let's ask it this next. On my Android phone, how can I see how much total space has been utilized for pictures, video, and files? Okay, so we're gonna open settings. We're gonna go to storage and storage memory. Okay. All right. So this is kind of oh well, I'm using a lot for apps. I don't think apps counts. Yeah, because this is just for photos, videos, and files. So I don't know if that means apps. So when it comes to just so files would be like documents and other, that's about a gig. Videos is quite a bit. Videos is 29, so we're at 30 already. Images is 34, so want at least 60. 200 is probably decent, but like giving more is probably advantageous. I feel like 300 is a good compromise. I think 300 is a good compromise. Let's do that. And that leaves 500 for the local storage. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with 300. Yeah, plus extra for padding. So yeah, 300 I'm pretty happy with. Right now I'm utilizing 60. Yeah, we'll have another setup for things you watch at home on your TV, things like TV shows, movies. So we'll have 500 gig remaining for that. All right, so we're gonna do network selection here. So choose specified. Yep, yep. BR0. Yep, that's what we called it. This will allow the VM to grab a static IP from the same network as your host machine, making sure it acts as an independent hardware device. So then click forward. We're going to click finish. There we go. Now it's creating it. Perfect. Alright, now we got to go through all this rigmarole again. So, name your virtual machine, Android stuff, something suitable for what this machine will do. Oops, I forgot to do that. Click the box that says customize configuration before install. I think I forgot to do that as well. So now we're gonna install it. So maybe I think I can go back. Yeah, I think I've renamed some of my other ones. As long as the machine is shut down, you can go back and rename it. Alright, so we're going to install Ubuntu Server as a virtual machine. I will be blazing through this since we did this already once. Refer to the Ubuntu Server with RAID 1, LVPN, and LUKS encryption above. So this is annoying. Keep in mind the following: we're not using LUKS encryption here. There's no need since the image is going to be stored on an encrypted partition. We are not using RAID. This is a disk image that is being stored on a RAID array, so we're not doing that. We're configuring networking the same as we did before, but we will be using a different IP address. Alright, so 2.1, start the installation process in the virtual machine. So English is good. Okay, yep, good. Okay, so then I think we do want the use party search for we do want this. Yep, so I remember all this. We're going to do this the same as before. Oops, I don't see the... Okay, there we go. So we're going to go here, do edit, change this to manual. Okay, and then follow the screenshot. Site cannot be found. So you must be making edits to the site or something, because, yeah, it looks like the site's down. Well, if the site's down, there's not much we can do. Try to zoom in on it. Oh, looks like we got skipped. Uh, Here we go. We can just read the text though. Yeah, so when you reach, it doesn't matter. Oh, and now it's back up. So there we go. So 192. Oops. 192.168.5.0 /24. Okay, address 192.168.5.5. Gateway 192.168.5.1. 192.168.5.1. Perfect. Save. Okay. Yep. So it has the correct static IP now. I can see that there. Proxy address. Don't need it. This we can continue without testing. So now we're going to create a custom storage layout and then go next. And let's look at the screenshots quick, or just get them pulled up at least. Alright, so there we go. So now we go to arrow down and it should be, let's see. Oh, let's be sure. Okay, there we go. So we can hit done now. Okay, so now we're good to go. So we can just follow the screenshots. Okay, we're in the file system summary. Oh shoot, I think I messed this up. So when you reach the file system setup section, oh yeah, I messed this up. So you gotta select it different. So we can hit back. We're gonna do yep. So we're gonna leave use the entire disk selected for this. Okay, then choose the disk. So we'll set it up on the this one here that we allocated 300 for. Now we are going to set up the option, set this up as a LVM group. Important at this stage, edit the partition sizes as Ubuntu's installer usually allocates 2 gig byte for boot, which is ridiculous, and even worse, it only uses half the available space for your LVM and root. The Ubuntu auto partitioner is horrible, so we can move on from this. Oh, there we go. So let's take a look at what other options we have. Okay, that's it. Yep, LVM group. Don't need the encryption that was mentioned before. So now we can move on. Now that we've got it there, now it matches the screenshot. So we're gonna reduce the boot partition to 512. So yep, just as so. Here's the 2 gig boot. We can see /boot there. So this is right. So we're gonna edit it. I'm going to reduce it to 512M rather than G. Alright, and then hit save. Okay, and then we're going to delete the old LVM and root partition. So that looks like it's down here. Oh, and my keyboard's not working in here. Create a new LVM, taking up the entire disk. Create a logical volume for the root file system using all available space. Do not encrypt the volume, it's unnecessary since the host drive is already encrypted, and it's not my intention for you to have these VMs running on other people's servers. So the screenshots should make this pretty clear. Yep, so we went to the edit for the 2 gig, changed that to 512M. So next we're going to go to this VG new. Alright, and we're going to go to delete. So we can't delete it because it has a mounted partition. So let's see if we can unmount the partition. Okay, so there we go. Do you really want to delete the LVM uh, volume? Oh, you know what? I think I did this wrong. Uh, I think this is what needs to be deleted. There we go. Do you really want to delete the LVM logical volume, Ubuntu-LV? There, yeah, now this is unformatted and mounted. So yeah, we did an extra step. Um, so that should be fine. We unmounted it first. I think it would unmount it automatically. So yeah, this looks good. Uh, then do you really want to delete the LVM volume group? Okay, now we can do this. Now that we did that other step first. Okay, perfect. Uh, okay, now we've got partition 3. We need to go into that. Delete partition 3. You really want to delete that partition of local disk. Yeah. Yeah, partition 3 dev VDA is not formatted or mounted. Perfect, delete. All right, next we're going to go under the free space and we're going to add a GPT partition. Okay, and then yeah, we're going to leave that blank. We're going to go to format, leave unformatted. Okay, and then mount. Yep, we'll leave the mount, so it should be, yep, so this looks good. Don't have the option to change that. So there we go, now it's mounted. Uh, well, it doesn't show up in the mount point there, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. But anyways, we go down to create volume group LVM. Okay, and then we change the name of it. Okay, Android stuff VG, let's call it that. Okay, and then we're gonna X off. There we go. And then create. All right, there we go. So next, screenshot. We go back under free space, create logical volume again. Or actually, no, this is new. We created a volume group, so now we're going to create a logical volume. That's something else. So Android stuff, volume is think is what that says. Let's get it more clear. So, yep, Android stuff volume. Okay, we got the size there. Everything's good. So I think create is next. Yep, create. You don't have to leave this one unmounted. Yep, that's going to be formatted as X4. So now all this matches here. We've got a grub spacer. The grub spacer he might have changed, it looks like. Yeah, the grub spacer is 1 meg on his. Okay, yeah, 1 meg on mine too. So now we can hit done. Okay, done. Yep, and then we can hit continue. Okay, and now we've got to fill out these. So my name, Android stuff. Uh, okay, probably need to set up uh, SSH on this. Skip Ubuntu Pro for sure. Okay. Alright. Definitely, I think need to. Oh, this is the Sogo stuff. Oh, this is the SMTP. Yeah, we're skipping all that. We got kicked back really far. Yeah, we got kicked back very far. Okay, so here's the, yep, so we're gonna set it up as a virtual machine, start the installation process, configure static IP, partition the drive. Uh, yeah, I think this is where we're at. Finalize the installation. Yep, so there we go, perfect. So we're gonna choose to install that. Do not install Docker, that's really important. Okay, hit continue. And just skip all this, do not install Docker. Okay, after configuring the partition sizes, proceed with the installation process as usual, following the prompts to set up any additional software you want to install. Once the installation is complete, the system will automatically apply your network and partitioning settings. When prompted, remove the installation media, I/O disk from the virtual machine settings, and then restart the virtual machine. So let's see. This is probably made a bit more clear this time. View details, and then remove it from there. And then remove the CD-ROM. Oh, I think I did it right last time. Yeah, I did it right last time. We have to remove the ISO. All right, so let me be back in just a second here, and I'll leave it running. That's okay. Alright, so everything's still going, it's installing. Security updates downloading. I don't have to hit yes or anything on that, so it's good. I might pause it because this might take a bit of time. No sense in just wasting the time here. Yeah, I'm gonna pause it. This will take some time. It's just dead time. Alright, I'm back. So we've got a new option down here to reboot now. So let's take that option. Before we do that, let's remove the installation media. Oh, you know what? It gives you time to do that. So we're just gonna hit reboot now, and then it'll give time for the installation media. So yeah, failed unmounting CD-ROM/CD-ROM. We're gonna do that manually. Please remove the installation medium, then press enter. So I need to get out of full screen mode somehow. Oh, there we go. This is how. Then we go to view details. Sorry. We go to view manager, I think. Yeah, and then this is Ubuntu 4.0. So now, yeah. So now from here we go to virtual machine detail. Wait, what do we do? Let's look at the guide. All right, so we go to view details. that puts us here. Oh, that's for removing the CD-ROM. We need to remove the we need to remove the ISO file. So let's go back to View Manager. I'm gonna go to double click on this. Should be like volumes or something. Uh, I'm confused. View details. I think that could be it. Yeah, it could be somewhere here. And I remember doing this before. I don't remember how I did it though. What is this? Show the graphical console. Let's try that. Okay, that's there. Where's this? Show virtual hardware details. Uh, how do I get rid of that ISO file? Um, I don't think I have to. I'm confused. Yeah, I think we just have to get rid of the CD-ROM. Yeah, we just have to get rid of the CD-ROM right now. Yeah, so details, yeah, CD-ROM, remove. Yeah, that's how to do it. Okay, and then delete associated storage files. No, we're not going to do that. And this is where I screwed up with the last one, I think. So yes on that. Okay, changeable. Can't make it on a running machine, but we'll proceed with that reboot. Yeah, so here it's stuck at that enter. So yeah, now we go remove the CD-ROM. Yeah, we'll uncheck this. We'll use this image again later. So one of my virtual machines isn't set up properly in that regard, but hopefully it's not that big of a deal. And it's not like all of them messed up. This one was good. So I'll save some work later. There we go. Now it's reconnecting. Now we do have a very bad name of the machine. So it'd be nice if I could rename that. Yeah, so let's rename this to Android stuff. Oh, and we can't rename it unless it's down. Alright. Let's view the console when it's up. Okay, it's up here, so let's shut it down again. Um, okay, and then rename it. Rename it. There we go. Much better name. Okay, and then we can bring it up. console. Perfect. So now the next step is going to be in pfSense. Okay, I'll log in off camera. Alright, I'm back. So we're going to go to Diagnostics ARP. We're going to find this machine now, the MAC address for it, so it's .5. We're going to go to Services, DHCP Server. Okay, add static mapping. Put in the MAC there. Delete that extra space. Okay, and then, yep, put in the address. And then the host name. Looks good. And then click Save. Alright, apply changes, and there we go. So here's the text for how to do that. Everything was straightforward from the screenshot, so we can just skip reading the text. So next, this is a really important one. Type the following into a terminal on .2. So this is .2 here. There we go. Marked as auto started. Let's verify just because. Yep, auto start enable. So we've already read this before. We're going to skip that, reading that. So now you've successfully set up an Ubuntu server virtual machine using Virtual Machine Manager, configured with a static IP address and LVM partitioning. We have a virtual machine that we just created that we can use to set up our second server for Android backups, image search, using image machine learning and face detection with local models that don't connect to the internet. Excited? I am. Yeah, I'm very excited for this. This is really good. I'm excited for having 300 gigs of space rather than 15. Blah, 15? What can you even do with that? You're always going to be managing your stuff and like deleting old stuff. Alright, so step 2 is setting up SyncThing for Android backups. So step 1 will be install SyncThing, add the SyncThing repository. First we need to add the SyncThing repository and its PGP key for package installation. So this is where it gets tricky. Where do we install this? Do we install this on the new machine we just set up? Do we install it? Like, where does this actually go? If this is designed for a complete beginner, then, and I gave away my password. But if this is designed for a complete beginner, that has to be specified. I think it belongs on the new machine that we just created. So let's put it there. So okay, so we're gonna do all this. You know what? Let's not work out of this window. Let's just SSH to it. Okay, this is way easier to work out of, and I think this is the one we need to be in. I honestly don't know, but I mean that will make sense. We're not just going to create a empty machine with nothing on it. We're going to actually put stuff on the machine. So okay, so we made the directory, empty directory. That's what the dash p, or the dash p means you're making the parent directories as well. So now we're going to download sync thing. Okay, sync thing looked like it was pretty small. Oh, it's the PGP key. So yeah, that doesn't take long. Now we're going to add the download location to our list of acceptable download locations. And then we'll make sure sync thing repository takes priority to make sure the system packages don't take preference over the ones in the sync thing repository. We're going to create a preferences file. Okay. I'm going to add the following to the file. Okay. We're going to install SyncThing. Now that we've added the repository and made sure it's priority, let's install SyncThing. So update the package list and make sure your system is up to date. Might not be because this is a fresh new virtual machine. Oh, yep, lost upgrade. It's brand new instance. Alright, this is taking a while. I'm tempted to pause it, but I feel like it should be finishing up pretty quick here. Alright, so that's finished. So here's the next command. While that's running, we can read step 2, setting up SyncThing as a system service. To have SyncThing start automatically on system boot, even without user login, we'll set it up as a systemd service that runs as our user, even if we haven't logged in yet. So create a systemd service file. Let's do that. Add the following content to the file. So we just copy paste all that. Okay. Hit Control X, then Y. Okay. Then run both these commands one at a time. Oh, you know what? This is one command. Yep, there we go. Create a now start the service. There we go. So step three, securing SyncThings web interface. By default, SyncThings web interface is accessible from any device that you can reach on your server. This makes it very important to secure the interface with a strong password. Okay, so we got a bunch of screenshots. I'm gonna have to do this off camera. Okay, so access the web interface. You should see SyncThing. I do. Okay. Uh, so let's hit no on that. So now we're gonna go to settings. We're gonna go to GUI authentication user, and then password. We can use the yep. So we're gonna okay. So I'll be back. I'm gonna do this off camera. Alright, I'm back. So this was another do not pass go, do not collect $200 moment. You have to be able to log into this to continue on. So my login was successful, so I can continue. I think all these screenshots are just logging through that. Yeah, there's settings. Yeah, remember all that. Did that all right. GUI. Oh shoot, I forgot. I forgot to do that. Let's go back into settings. GUI. Uh, Global discovery. I didn't see that. Where's global discovery? Well, maybe that's in. Maybe that's in another one. Oh yeah, that's in another screenshot. So next is configuring SyncThing discovery settings. Understanding discovery methods and why we don't use them. Discovery methods are how the SyncThing app on your phone will find the server you set up as your backup server. Note our server has a static IP .5. We went through the trouble to make sure it always lives at .5 via static mappings in pfSense and configuring a static IP in the server's networking settings. Our server will always be present at .5 or this address while we are connected via VPN. All SyncThing Discovery is doing is trying to find a machine, but why use a find feature when we already know where it is? This adds another point of failure for no good reason. Think of it like making your iPhone invisible and then enabling Find My iPhone. This setup we are installing SyncThing into has the following: a static IP figure that is always .5, a static IP mapping configured in our routing so that no other device on our network can ever steal .5 from the computer running SyncThing, a static host name of Android stuff that does not change, dynamic DNS for our main internet connection. So when we are outside our network, our pfSense router and FreeDNS will make sure that this address always points to our home network IP address. I will showcase local discovery failing on video. It works when I initially connect to my server via QR code and visiting it in the browser, but fails when I try to connect again. This is because my VPN is on network 6.0 and my sync thing is on 5.0. I was hoping local discovery would be smart enough to remember that last IP address on my server was on since I had not changed, but it did not. So never rely on something else to be smart in solving a problem that does not have to exist in the first place. Local discovery do not trust. Local discovery allows SyncThing to find other devices on your local network automatically. Keyword local, meaning your subnet of .5.0. What if you connect via your VPN, which is on .6.0? When we first add the QR code of our SyncThing instance to our Android phone SyncThing app, SyncThing will connect to our desktop server running SyncThing. However, our Android application will not find the SyncThing server the next time we connect. This is bad. This is even worse than it not working at all, as it will give the false impression that it works. This is how people who have set up backend solutions end up as customers of Rossmann Repair Group paying $2,000 to recover a drive that fell off at Belkin. Connecting reliably to SyncThing without discovery hassles. This situation is actually worse than if SyncThing had no local discovery feature at all. If it didn't work from the start, you'd know you couldn't rely on it and would just hard code the IP of your SyncThing server right into your Android app, using the server's local IP to connect directly. What's dangerous is that SyncThing's Android app connects the first time by scanning the QR code on the server, making it seem like it's actually discovering your computer, but it's not. Next time you try to connect, especially if you're on a different subnet via VPN, it'll fail to find the server. SyncThing doesn't even remember the last IP address it used, so it ends up trying to rediscover it, failing again. I get it. If it can't find the server on a different subnet when you're using a VPN, fine, but it's dangerous that SyncThing doesn't try the last known IP to see if it still works. Too long didn't read. Avoid becoming a data recovery customer. Don't trust local or global discovery. Just use the IP address of the server, which in our case is .5, and check that it works 3 separate times under 3 separate conditions before ever assuming that it is working. You should, as you should with any backup solution. So, global discovery. Global discovery helps SyncThing find your devices over the internet. It works by periodically announcing your device's presence to global discovery servers. Privacy implications: higher risk as it involves sharing your device's information with external servers. This could potentially expose your IP address. The fact that you're using SyncThing when your device is online. The bigger issue with this is not privacy, it's that it is unnecessary and adds another point of failure over entering the hostname manually. So here we go. So we're going to configure the discovery settings. So we're going to go back to the SyncThing web interface, which we already have open here. Click Actions button. Oh, and I don't have an Actions button. So I'm in. I think I'm in the right one. Oh, yeah, it says Actions right there. Okay, perfect. So click the Actions button and select Settings. Chrome is not responding. Alright, Chrome is frozen. Oh, there we go. So Actions, Settings. Settings, go to Connections. There we go. Find Enable Local Discovery and keep it checked. There we go. That's checked. Uncheck Global Discovery. and click save. Alright, so SyncThing will prompt you to confirm the changes. Click yes to apply. It doesn't prompt me to confirm, but I think it's good. Okay, so now we're going to uh, connect to Android SyncThing. I'm a little bit. Let's look at the clock here. So step 5, connecting there. Just get the URL to match that. Okay. And let's take a look at the clock. So just about 2 hours. Um, Let me just take a break. I'll leave a. I'll do it in this video, but I'm just gonna take a break. I feel like I need one. So we're on step 5. So we got a lot more steps left. So this next step 3 would be a good stopping point. So let's keep going for this step 5, and I'll be back after a short break here. All right, we'll come back. So let's close out this part and then take a break from the video. Um, so the next part will be on the Android phone. It'll be connecting server SyncThing to Android SyncThing. So I've got my Android phone here. So let's do this. I've got my VPN on. I think you could just leave your VPN. Oh, you know what? I don't have my VPN. Oh, I do. I think for most part you can just leave it connected. It won't like drain your battery or anything. Let's get all these screenshots open. Alright, so connect your VPN. Your Android phone must be connected to your VPN for you to connect to your server. If your phone is not on the same Wi-Fi network as the virtual machine running the SyncThing server, mine is not. In fact, I don't even have a Wi-Fi network. Well, actually, I do because I was setting it up on my Raspberry Pi. So I think I probably have one now, but I didn't finish the steps, so I think it's not active. I do have the hardware set up for it, though. All right, so 5.1, install SyncThing from the F-Droid store. So installed F-Droid recently, so we gotta open that up. We're gonna search for SyncThing. Go to the F-Droid store to install SyncThing fork. So SYNCTHING. Okay, SyncThing fork wrapper. There we go. Upon starting SyncThing, provided permissions for notifications. So we can do install. Permissions for location are not necessary. Avoid becoming a data recovery customer. Delete the camera folder. Not from the device, just from the sync list. Within SyncThing, tap on the camera folder and hit the trash bin in the upper right. Alright, well, SyncThing, yep, let's install the app. So downloaded it, now I'm installing it. Alright, so now I'm going to open it and grant those permissions. So, so we've got storage permission. So not sure what to do about that. Oh, you have to grant that, otherwise you can't do anything. Okay, granted that. For Android, uh, Enter my stop synchronization after some time. Prevent this. Turn off battery optimization. Some devices have additional task killing. As pre-installed, you should add syncing to their whitelist as well. Okay. Alright, location permission, we don't have to grant that. Okay, so I think this is good. I didn't grant notifications. You didn't ask me for that. So delete the camera folder, not from the device, but from SyncThing. So that's the camera folder here. Just tap the camera folder and hit the trash bin in the upper right. Okay. There's a good reason for that. You might think, why? I want to sync and back up my photos and videos. Here's the thing, sometimes camera apps switch folders without you knowing. I've seen cases where photos were saved in a different folder inside the DCIM folder, and the gallery app only showed one specific folder. I think I've seen that as well. I'm not a predatory technician that bills people $3,000 for a bad iPhone screen and charge port, but they are out there, and someone was close to paying $500 to a different scam artist data recovery company because their gallery app wasn't checking a second folder inside the DCIM folder where another program was saving photos to. We are not going to back up the camera folder within the DCIM folder. We are going to back up the entire DCIM folder. Perfect. For those who don't know, on 99% of Android devices, DCIM is a folder in the root directory of the visible file system within which the subfolders storing your recorded uh, videos and pictures reside. Next time I'm going to do something different. I wanted to show you what happens when you use local discovery/dynamic rather than inserting your actual server IP address into the server field. This meant including screenshots from a later step after I had already added folders that we are going to sync. To show you how SyncThing fails with local discovery, it is important to me that you understand how this fails with images for yourself so you don't create a setup that makes you a data recovery customer. So these next ones aren't going to be things that we do, it's just going to be a lesson in what not to do. So let's go back. So here's the prior set of screenshots. Enable your VPN, download and log into and open SyncThing. Location permission, you can skip. Uh, Notification permission you want to enable. I didn't have the option to do that, so hopefully things are fine. Okay, now you're in. So there's the folder. You want to get rid of that because this emulated 0DC. You want to make sure it doesn't. There's not a location 1 DCIM, something like that. So take care of that later. And yep, you really want to remove that. So let's open the next set of screenshots. And these next screenshots, again, are not directions. They're what not to do. Okay, so here's what will happen if you set this up with dynamic, disconnect, and then reconnect. Note how it shows up as idle for syncing and disconnected on the Android phone. It is transferring nothing, even though the desktop SyncThing server GUI shows that we are out of sync. So let's look through these screenshots. So yeah, if you go into devices, add a device, Yeah, device. So there you go. Scan it. Allow it to take pictures and record video. Verification. Okay. There you go. So we're adding a device using Discovery. Scan it on there. Name your something. Server. So change dynamic to the following. Uh, TCP. Oh, you know what? I think we do have to do all these steps. Replace the .5 with the IP of your server, but keep the rest the same. Okay, add device. I disconnected my Wi-Fi and VPN, and then connected to Wi-Fi and a VPN. As you can see, dynamic/local discovery could not find my server. Okay, so folders are idle in the same thing application. The font is green, which may lead you to believe everything's good, but it is not. So yeah, don't follow those. That's what not to do. So next set of screenshots. Watch what happens when I change it. Um, Note, now it shows up as connected and is syncing. This will always work when I'm connected to VPN and Wi-Fi, no matter how many times I disconnect and reconnect, since I'm not relying on something else to guess where my server is. Lesson hopefully learned, don't use an auto setting when you are 100% certain of the answer with regards to server location or anything like this. There's no upside, but infinite potential downside. Lesson learned. Alright, so 5.3, add a device to sync thing Android app. Okay, so now this is where we actually need to do stuff. So let's get back to sync things. So that's 192.168.5.5. Okay, put this side by side. We're going to tap, so on the top we'll see files and folders. Yep, I think I see it. We're going to tap devices. Uh, let's see devices. Um, Tap plus in the upper right corner to add a device. Uh, so I think we click maybe settings. Uh, Maybe this is it. Add a remote device. Uh, Tap the QR code next to device ID in the upper right. Okay, well that should be here. Go back to the Ubuntu server syncing web interface. Yeah, I'm not able to tap that. Okay, obtain device ID and QR code. Oh, I see. We're supposed to use the Android app here. Okay, that makes more sense. So, uh, yeah, I do see that. Okay, there we go. So tap devices. Uh, Oh yeah, I see it now. Now it's really clear. Perfect. Devices and then add a device. Uh, Perfect. Tap the QR code next to device ID, then allow it, and then obtain a device ID, web interface, click on the blue gobbledygook of numbers. What? Oh, right here. Okay. Uh, Numbers lifted the device. Select show ID. Okay, wait, actions. Oh, show ID. Okay, yeah, there we go. You see a QR code and device ID. Scan yours. Do not scan mine. So there we go. Scanned it. Perfect. So configure. So we got to give it a name. So we'll give it Ubuntu server. Okay. Do not choose dynamic. Using dynamic will cause it to not sync when you disconnect and reconnect from your network. It will work the first time and then never sync again. You will be paying data recovery douchebags to recover your phone. So, what other options do we have besides dynamic? Just delete dynamic. So, how dynamic failed, I use dynamic as an example of why it doesn't make sense to use auto discovery when you know where your server is. I choose dynamic and it connected and worked. When I disconnected from my network and reconnected, the devices tab in the SyncThing Android app showed me to be disconnected, and the folders tab showed the folders to be idle, even though the web GUI for SyncThing said that my remote was out of sync, and remote devices showed my phone as disconnected. Okay, so now we gotta type in an address, which is kind of annoying on Android, but do that. So, on // fill an address when adding a device as follows. To use the setup I was using within this guide, or we could use. We don't have to use the and. Let's use this because if we ever want to change the IP at some point, we don't have to change this part. So we're gonna do Android stuff. Okay, .home.rport, colon 22000. Okay. No need to check introduce new devices. Okay, I don't even see that option. Did you include TCP at the beginning? Yes, I did. So save and continue, so check mark. There we go. Approve the connection on Ubuntu server. So return to the Ubuntu server web interface. Okay, so that's this. You should see an option to add a new device. I probably got to refresh. I don't see an option to add a new device. I think I have to check introducer. Oh, no, I don't think I have to check that. Let me uncheck that. There was nothing about that in the guide. I want to follow the guide. Okay, well, I don't see. Uh, you should see a prompt to add a new device. Yeah, I see. I see it here. Add remote device. Let's do a rescan all. Rescan. Should see an option to add device. I don't see it. I see this add remote device here. Uh, Click add device. So where should we see this? Approve the connection on Ubuntu server. So return to the Ubuntu server web interface. So I'm assuming that's this, but it's not clear. Like I wish this would have said return to the sync thing web interface. But I think it's pretty clear that it's sync thing. Alright, well this is kind of bad. We've got the dynamic set up here. I don't think that's supposed to be dynamic. Uh, well, I don't see. Okay, I'm kind of lost here. Oh, here we go. So here's the key screenshot here. Yeah, we do have to do all of these. So yeah, it should just pop up here and say add devices. So that didn't happen. So let's go through and get these all out. So yeah, scan it, did that. So we have to name the syncing server. Yeah, that'll show up in that pop-up, I think. And then we have to add the change dynamic. What should I use? Okay, well, let's try changing the dynamic to use the IP. Now it says that it's disconnected. Yeah, so it's not showing up because it's saying that it's disconnected. Uh, oh, oh, my VPN. No, my VPN is on. Huh. I'll try restarting my VPN, maybe. 22000. Okay, maybe we have to change dynamic here. So DCIM, I think Android phone disconnected. So it's not able to discover my Android phone. Oh, it says syncing is not running. So force start and ignore phone. Oh, I have to take it out of power saving mode. Dang it, I love power saving mode. Okay, now it pops up, so we can do add device. I like power saving mode. What's next? So add device, disconnecting my Wi-Fi. Yeah, okay. So don't need that lesson learned anymore. Gotta learn. So hit save. Okay, now I got my remote device here. Oh, I guess we could rename this. Uh, let's call it, yeah, Gram Android phone. Okay, so there we go. Next set of screenshots. So watch when I change it, then it doesn't. Set it back to dynamic, then it doesn't work. Alright, so add a device. Yep, did all this. This is explaining that. Yep, this looks very familiar. Proof connection, add device save, check the connection. So on both devices, check that the other device appears as connected. Connection might take a few minutes. So yeah, I see connected showing up there. So connected unused, connected on this other one. Make sure that the port 22000 or your configured syncing port is open in your Ubuntu firewall server's firewall for incoming connections from your local network. By default, UFW is not running and blocking things when you first boot Ubuntu server, but that may change at a later date, same way they snuck in the suggestion of pre-installing a snap version of Docker and subscribing to Ubuntu Prime. Now that you've added your Ubuntu server syncing instance to your phone, no open ports will sync whenever you're on Wi-Fi with your VPN on and continuously back up your phone. Beautiful. Remember, do not set addresses to dynamic. Tap dynamic and replace it with your IP address, replacing your IP address with the IP address of the virtual machine that is running SyncThing. Alright, so this next one, I think we're going to add actual folders to it. So step 6, configuring SyncThing for organized Android backups. So go back to SyncThing under folders, and then click to add a folder. Create a folder, we'll call it documents. Okay. Name it, then tap directory. Alright, so directory, we're going to say use this folder. Okay, so we're gonna select documents folder, and we're gonna say use this folder. So allow syncing to fork access files and documents. Yes, we're gonna allow on that. Okay. Then we have to check Android stuff. Yep, under devices, I think. Uh, yeah, you have to check that. Folder type, watch for changes, already checked. Okay, and then hit the sub button. So now we've got documents in there. But we also got DCM. I'm surprised that's still in there. He said to delete that. So open SyncThing on your Android device. For each folder you want to sync. Okay, so we should probably sync the DCM folder as well. All right, and we should probably there's more folders as well. There's I have an audiobooks folder, so I'm not sure if there's any audiobooks in there, but that looks useful. Let's add that folder as well. And that's not a photo within other stuff. There's also a Bluetooth folder. Let's add that in case I do any Bluetooth file transfers. Okay, and then let's add the audiobooks. Okay, we'll add more folders still. There's also music and movies. Yeah, so let's add those as well. Recorders, that would be a good one to add. Recorders and recordings. Yeah, let's add the recorders. All right, let's add WhatsApp as well. Okay, so I'm gonna have quite a bit. There's also movies and music. Let's add both of those, movies and music. All right, so I'm adding a lot of directories here. Wish I could just add everything. All right, but I think this is just about everything. Textra folder, uh, pictures. Yeah, let's add pictures as well. All right, that's probably everything. So, so it'll let you choose everything besides the download folder. Make sure to toggle the server switch under where you tapped. Choose the directory you wanted to sync so that it actually backs up. Choose send and receive if you want two-way folder sync. Oops, I don't know if I just did that. Yep, send and receive is automatic. That's the default selection. Perfect. You send if you want it to only send files to your server. Choose receive if you want it to receive file from your folder. Good rule of thumb for smaller folders and stuff you transfer to your phone to read on a trip, which would be so good. Oh man, that would be amazing. Audiobooks, etc. I choose send and receive so I can transfer both ways. For stuff like videos I record and photos I take, the DCM folder. You can choose send only. I have a 256 gigabyte phone, and over, yeah, so you don't want to have your phone plugged up with stuff. Over 1.3 terabytes of videos I recorded. I can't sync all of that to my phone or it will fill up, but I have less than 1 gig of audiobooks. So let's do that. For the DCM folder, let's do send only. Okay. All right. So tap the checkbox in the upper right hand corner when done. Syncing on Wi-Fi only, yes or no. Your Android device can connect to SyncThing and you can configure SyncThing while you're on the go. But by default, your Android device must be on Wi-Fi in order to file transfer and backup to occur. Even if you are connected to your VPN, your Android device is not going to transfer files if you are not on Wi-Fi. The way you change this is by editing the folder settings in the SyncThing Android app and disabling the sync on Wi-Fi only option. I would suggest doing this for folders with small files like documents, audiobooks, but not folders with large files. Okay, so we can do that for documents. Um, we're gonna check sync on Wi-Fi only. I don't see how to do that though. Jesus. So settings. So we go to settings. There we go. And then we go to sync on. Oh, syncing options. Import and export. Uh, behavior. Oh, here we go. Um, no, that's not it. Sync on Wi-Fi only. Alright, well I don't see this option sync on Wi-Fi only, so I guess I don't have it. So you change this by editing the folder settings in the SyncThing Android app. So you go to folders, yeah, folder settings, sync on Wi-Fi only. Yeah, I don't have it. I have custom sync conditions, but when I check that and go into that menu, I don't see sync on Wi-Fi only. Oh, actually, I see it. It's just named something else. It's called Run on Wi-Fi. Run when device is connected to a Wi-Fi or Ethernet network. So that prevents it from eating up your mobile data, I think. Yeah. So you don't want big files to transfer when you're not on Wi-Fi. All right. So we should do this for documents, audiobooks, but not large folders. Okay, I see how to do it. It's just named differently. So we're gonna do it for the audiobooks. Again, we're gonna uncheck run on Wi-Fi. Okay, and then for documents, we'll do that same thing. All right, and then that'll be it. We'll leave everything else normal. So unlimited plans have data caps. Yeah, I have an unlimited plan, but I do have a data cap. Try using 200 gigabytes and 10 days on any unlimited wireless plan in the United States and watch your unlimited 5G turn into limited 5G. The only reason they can market this wankery is because, yeah, consumer protection law in the United States is a joke and it's only getting worse. And nobody even knows enough to care. Alright, so Louis Andrew Foyle wants to share this and add new folder. Oh, disconnected, unused. Oh, battery saver turned itself on again. Oh, okay. Oh, now we got a bunch of folders. Yeah, just gonna add them all. I wonder if the no. Okay, folder path. Oh, so this is the next part. So accept folders on a Bluetooth server on the sync thing, or you'll see notifications for new. For each click add, but we want to. That's not all. So we want to click add and then go to folder path. Um, okay, and then we're gonna do so we won't clog up the base directory. Okay, and then we're gonna keep the folder name the same. So it's gonna be documents. There we go, perfect. And we're gonna do that for each. Um, Click save. Easy. All right. Add. Paste. Save. Paste. Save. Add. 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 Paste. Save. Perfect. Okay, so click save, did that already. Creating new folders on a Bluetooth server. It does that for you. What a beautiful program, right? So step 7, verify and test. Inspect what you expect. Don't become a data recovery customer. SyncThing is used for backing up your phone. Arguably the most important part of this entire process. 99% of people who show up for data recovery at a data recovery business thought their data was backing up. It was not. Use common sense. Look through the folders on your server. Look at the web interface. Make sure things open. So yeah, if it says disconnect, anything like that, then it is not working. Okay, so that's identification. Yeah, so here's the folders. So I think I have some pictures that are safe to show. I mean, you don't have to, like, we can see that it's, you don't have to look at the actual picture. Okay, yeah, looks good. Okay, so yeah, use common sense. Yep, so now you have working Android backups. All folders from your Android device will be organized within that directory. Each Android folder will have its own subdirectory for better installation. Perfect. So we replaced backups. Everything is good and gravy. So yeah, it's we've got calendar access. We've got backups on there. So next would be step 3. We're going to replace Google Docs, which is a big one. All right, but that'll happen in another video. So thanks for watching and see you in the next one.